Welcome. This is Healing to Love, and we are with the topic of insecurity. Insecurity has a lot to do with our center, with self-love, with acceptance of all of our human parts, with being aware of what parts of us are shining bright, our biggest strengths, or the traits we ace in this world, and boundaries. These are our four infrastructures that build who we are and what we are and how we celebrate life in this world. And insecurity is kind of lacking one or usually more parts of this amazing infrastructure. And the more we know who we are, the more we feel whole and safe and proud of who we are, the more sense of center we have, and the more sense of security in this world, that everything is okay. Not everybody needs to accept me, not everybody needs to love me, and I am okay, I am safe, I am secure. So that is what we are going to work on right now in this meditation. So I'm inviting you to sit comfortably or stand comfortably, for those who tend to fall asleep, and have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just inhale. Move the center of your attention inside to the emotional body. We just do that by moving our attention to the breath and to where our hands are positioned. And if you listen to the sound of your breath, you get even more of the power of relaxation. You want to feel your shoulders relax, your belly soft, nice movement of energy in your body with the flow of air. And I'm going to ask you to choose 4 colors in order to embed these 4 infrastructures. So the first color would be for self-love. And you can imagine inhaling that color. You can imagine sitting underneath a waterfall and having that color wash into each and every cell of your body. So you're choosing a color that represents to you self-love, unconditional love. And just imagining like what a drop of coloring would do to a glass of water. We're pouring that color into ourselves, into our body, imagining how that color sinks in to our brain, to our senses, to our muscles, our bones, our cells. Even into the immune system and neurological system, to each and every nerve ending we have, internal organs, nails, hair, everything. Just let that color sink in. And we're using a color to embed because it's easy to imagine. You know what that color looks like. Even if it's hard for you to imagine, you know what that color looks like. It's like drawing yourself and coloring it with that specific hue that you chose. And our next one is accepting all the different traits we have, all the different behaviors, all the different, you might call it sub-personalities, all of our human parts. So we have the things that we feel more connected to, or we wish to feel more connected to, which are, let's say, being nice and kind and generous. But we also have the unnice and unkind and ungenerous parts in us. So in order for it not to be black and white, good or bad, we are imagining a rainbow and embedding all the different colors and subcolors and everything in between that a rainbow has to offer us. So being human means we necessarily have a whole range of things that we have within us. We have everything within us that any other human has, just in different percentages. And breathing in this rainbow, coloring each and every cell of the body with this rainbow, is accepting each and every human trait, each and every human behavior that we have without describing it or conceiving it as good or bad. It just is a human behavior. Accepting all of them, afterwards you can choose what you want more of and what you want less of. But first of all, we need to accept all of them. We are human. So inhaling in, breathing in, washing ourselves in this rainbow, accepting all of our human parts. That's the second layer, the second infrastructure. The third one is acknowledging the aces we came to in our deck of cards in this life. Each and every one of us is unique. We have different traits. We have different strengths. And the more we acknowledge them, accept them, and love them, no matter what other people think about them or what we have been told about them, accepting them, loving them, understanding that these are our traits because this is what we need for this specific journey on life, journey on earth, journey of specific life that you're supposed to live. So somebody might think it's not good enough, or it's a bad trait, or it's not very nice, but it is right for you, and you need to celebrate it. If you don't, you're just holding in you guilt and shame for something that you're supposed to celebrate. It is yours. You came with it for a reason. Later, you can find that reason, but first, let's just make peace with all of these traits and write them down later. These are your strengths. You need them for a reason. So I want you to pick a color that you absolutely love, and let's embed acknowledging the best of you. And just wash yourself with that color and breathe it in. Let it sink into you. This is who you are. You have to celebrate it. If you don't celebrate it, nobody else will. This is yours. Inhale and exhale. Bring it in. Write it down later. And the last infrastructure is boundaries. You have to know yourself, to know where you start and where you end, what is yours and what is somebody else's. If you want to have that backbone, if you want to have that security in life, that you know who you are and it's okay to be you. And it's okay to be different, and it's okay to connect to people that are right for you. And you will have that privilege only when you let go of the people that are not right for you. And when you stop accepting into you what other people say. It has to be who you are, what your story is. And once that is there, bring in softness. You don't need to fight for who you are. You don't need to have your fists up fighting for your boundaries. That's a painful way to go through life. You need softness. The cells of our body have a membrane that brings in whatever is good for it, like sugar or energy, and it closes up pretty tight when there's a virus around, and it's putting in effort to help other things come in that would help the cell. So that membrane is doing an amazing job, and that should be what your boundaries are doing as well. It needs to be flexible. It needs to be extra soft for the ones you love, and it needs to be firm when you need to stop somebody else's energy. But it doesn't mean you have to fight for it. It means that it is just there, and other people can read into it and give you the space to be who you are, because you project to the world, this is me. I love me. I'm comfortable with me. And I have so much to offer to this world. And if it's right for you, let's have fun together. And if it's not right for you, that's okay. We don't have to get along. That is soft. That is acceptance. That is not fighting for who I am. And that is not going through life with a struggle. That's what I'm talking about when I speak of boundaries. So choose a color. It needs to be a strong color, but it needs to be a soft color. It needs to be very loving. Choose that. Inhale it in. Wash yourself with it. Let it sink into you. So if our skin is our boundary, it's our limit, so is our halo, so is the membrane of our cell. This is our biology, this is who we are, this is how we connect with the world. And embedding it into you is like having it written on your forehead, okay? And we want it to be soft and powerful. Inhale these ideas in, take them in, make them yours. I want you to feel your heart opening up. I want you to feel that smile spread on your face, because finally you can rest within yourselves. And I want you to take the power that this is you. Say it. This is me. Hear yourself say it. This is me. This is very loyal to who I am. This is beautiful. This is how it should have always been. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. You can slowly open your eyes gently. Look in the new reality that you have just created. And thank yourself for choosing to do this right now. And if you feel that you need to dig in deeper, please, let's dig in deeper. I'll see you soon.